We get asked a lot what 30A Beach Town is right for me when it comes to either staying here or purchasing a house here, and how can you find where you want to be on 30A. So we're going to go through each beach town today, from Dune Allen Beach to Rosemary Beach, and give you some pros and cons of each town to help you guys find which beach town is right for you.
And we're going to do it quick, to the point, and if there is a beach town you have more questions about, just let us know and reach out to us.
Yes, and if you have any other comments on your favorite beach town, make sure you comment them below.
Oh yeah, we would love to hear that.
Yes,
for sure.
If you don't know who we are, I'm Christina and this is Sabina, and we are a mother-daughter real estate team here on the Emerald Coast. So if you have any questions about moving here or just the area in general, make sure you reach out and we will go ahead and get started.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for all these weekly updates.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first beach town we want to talk about, we're going to go from West End to East End, is Dune Allen Beach. So what are your pros for Dune Allen Beach?
Well, obviously we live in Dune Allen, one of our favorites. A lot more laid back, a lot more public beach access points, and it is not quite as crowded, and you have a mixture of some that are gearing towards short-term rental, but you also have some full-time community that do not allow short-term rentals.
Yes, and we have a full video detailing Dune Allen Beach that I'll put here if you guys want to see all of Dune Allen Beach. Yes, we are very partial to Dune Allen Beach because we do live there and we love Dune Allen Beach. Some of the cons, I would say, is you're a little further away from Seaside and Rosemary Beach. If you like to be in the action, maybe you want to come on a trip here, it's your second home and you want to be full in the vacation mode, you're not right by Seaside or Rosemary where you can walk around. You're gonna have to drive there and park and take the shuttle, now that they have that over there, and get to those restaurants and shopping. So you're a little bit far removed, which can be a pro or a con for some people. Next one we have is Golf Place.
Golf Place, you have some of those favorite to go to places like Shunkali and Perfect Pig, and a little bit more lively, restaurant live than Dune Allen. And then as you're going down 393, you have several communities, some of our favorite ones. You know, some are in a non-homeowner association community with larger lot sizes, and some are gated and do maybe only allow 6 months rentals, and some really do allow short-term rentals. So a great option for people who want to live here full-time, and also there are opportunities for investors as well.
Yes, one of our favorite communities is Cypress Breeze. They have a beautiful pool. It's gorgeous, and you're very close to that big beach access, which is Ed Walleen, which that is where lifeguard headquarters are, and they just built additional parking off 393. So it's great if you want a little more lively action than Dune Allen, but you're still close to all those beach accesses. Another thing to mention is you're really close to the Santa Rosa Beach Golf Course. So if you're a member or want to be a member of that beach and golf club, you're very, very close to that. They have a pool on the beach as well, and their own beach access if you're a part of that private club.
Yeah, we are members of it, so it's a beautiful club and an absolutely amazing golf course. One thing to point out, and Ed Walleen Beach access can get a little crowded at times, but the good news is you have so many other access points. They're just building a brand new one too, and now with the addition of parking, they actually have shuttle services taking you right to the beach. So
yes,
that's great.
All right, our next beach town is Blue Mountain Beach. And I would say a lot of the same kind of pros. You're kind of getting a little bit more and more as we're going farther east, but it's still a very laid back beach town in my opinion. We have the famous Blue Mountain Creamery there. Blue Mountain Creamery has been around forever. It is personally my favorite ice cream on 30A. There is a line all the way to the other end of the parking lot in the summer for that place. And you have a little square with some restaurants and a couple of little retail stores.
What to keep in mind about Blue Mountain, it is the highest elevation on 30A, and a lot of our buyers like that fact. You know, you have, again, a mixture of different communities. Some of my favorite communities are in that location as well. So lots of options, even some that are with no homeowner associations available.
Yes, and I would say maybe a con for Blue Mountain Beach is the beach access in Blue Mountain Beach. There's not a ton of them, and the one that is there is very small and has limited parking, and it's actually just a lot more narrow there than some of the other beach towns.
But if you go a little bit east of there, there are several access points. You just can't really see them from the street. They're kind of hidden in between the houses. But there are other access points that just don't have parking.
Yeah, not nearly as big as maybe Dune Allen or Gulf Place. All right, our next beach town is going to be at Grayton Beach. Grayton Beach has just a special place in my heart. I just love the style of Grayton Beach. It's very artsy, it's very funky. There's cool art everywhere. Their little tagline is nice dogs, strange people. And they have some really just of the most old places on 38, including the Red Bar, which is one of the oldest restaurants on 38. It burned down, but they rebuilt it exactly the same. You have Chiringo, AJ's, just a lot of local favorites in Grayton Beach and a very unique style to it.
One of the things, Grayton Beach was the first original beach town here on 30A, and you can really truly see the old Florida charm on their houses. Very beautiful, very unique, absolutely a must visit, just like the Red Barn is an iconic restaurant there. But one of the last things that's really unique about it is that it's just like Daytona Beach. The sand is a little bit harder, and they actually allow they give out 100 beach permits per year to people to drive their car on Grayton Beach. And a lot of the locals, you have to be a local, you have to own property here, apply for it, and they, off season, they drive their trucks there and they sit in the back of their truck and watch the sunsets and have a cocktail.
Yes.
And it's a really a unique vibe.
Yeah. So to get the beach permit, you either have to own property here, or if you live here as your primary residence, you can also apply for that beach permit. And it's a lottery, and I think they only give about 150 away a year, and you only get it for a year, and then they give it to other people. So it is kind of difficult to get, but it's a really cool beach, and it's on a state park, which is beautiful. There's a coastal dune lake that comes out on Grayton Beach. It's definitely a really cool beach access as well. As far as cons go, a lot of the homes are older in Grayton Beach just because of the nature of it being one of the oldest beach towns. And the homes are a little bit more expensive than the other towns we've talked about so far. It's kind of climbing up because, you know, of all of the historic charm of Grayton Beach.
Yeah, and they're not really the cookie cutters. So if you really want something unique and different, that's definitely an area you should check out.
So the next town we want to talk about is Watercolor, and Watercolor is a heavy vacation community. There's one phase that does not allow short-term rentals, but the rest allow short-term rentals. So I would say majority are short-term rentals, but then you have quite a bit of second homes in there and a few primary residents. What's unique about Watercolor is you have a lot of different pools throughout. You have a lot of amenities. They have a beautiful 3 pools along the beach and restaurants and just all of these amazing walking and biking trails in Watercolor. And you can bike over to Seaside, which a lot of people love. So it is a very popular vacation spot for people that come here.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a second home or an investment property, Watercolor is so unique because you have the beach club included. So you can lounge during the day on the beach and have drinks and beverages and lunch, and families love it because they can go for bike rides around the lakes and paddleboarding. There is so much to do. It's definitely something you should check out and take a bike through and really explore. It's an amazing, big, very popular resort type community.
It's absolutely beautiful, and there's so much to do. Watercolor has its own little square of shopping and some restaurants, and then you're so close to Seaside as well. I would say cons of Watercolor is it does get quite busy in the summer, and it is more expensive than maybe your West End 38 to stay in, just because you're getting all of those amenities when you stay in Watercolor, and you're able to go. They have a lazy river in one pool, and they have all these amazing amenities. So some people love that, but then some people may not want to be so much in the hustle and bustle of Watercolor or quite spend as much to be in Watercolor.
Something maybe to consider if this is your full-time residence. You know, if it's a second vacation home, it may be perfect. Full-time residence, just keep in mind that your next door neighbor might be renting and may be different every week.
Yes, unless you're in that new phase that's no short-term rental.
That's for sure.
Yes. All right, our next one is probably the most well-known beach town on 38, and that is Seaside. If you've never seen the Truman Show, this movie with Jim Carrey was actually filmed in Seaside back in the day, and there's actually a lot of places that were filmed in the movie that are still up.
Do you remember that we went there when they were filming, or were you too young to remember?
I was too young. I don't remember.
Yeah, I have a picture picture of Jim Carrey. We were there actually when they were filming.
That's so cool. Yeah, Seaside is, you know, I would say iconic, and it's really cool. They have these cool little food trucks. They have this town center square. They have all this stuff, but actually staying in Seaside, there's not a lot of homes. Most people stay in Watercolor or Seagrove and they come into Seaside. There's not as many homes to stay in actual Seaside. So I would say it's more of, you know, people coming in from either side to enjoy the square of Seaside.
Yeah, they do have homes in Seaside, and they have their own amenities. They have a playground, they have a pool, and it's just not as big as Watercolor, but they do have, you know, homes for sale and their own homeowner association and community in Seaside. And literally you have a street that divides Seaside, and then all of a sudden you get two homes that are not part of a homeowner association.
Yeah, and Watercolor actually kind of wraps around the back of Seaside and comes back all the way around. But Seaside is absolutely so much fun. If you're coming here on a trip, I definitely recommend checking out. I would say the con is it is very busy in the season. So busy to where all the locals pretty much avoid it until off season, and that's when they come out and enjoy Seaside. They do have a shuttle now, which is great, where you can park your car in a lot, and the county for free will take you over to Seaside, so you can enjoy Seaside and not have to deal with the parking. But
yeah, because the parking now they charge for, it's kind of a mess, to be honest with you.
Yes, yeah, that would say the big con is how busy it gets, and so I definitely love to enjoy Seaside in the off season.
Yeah, and what's really fun is they have all these food trucks, so you can go there, and if you come with multiple families, everyone can grab something they like, and it's kind of a different. They have a concert, they have concerts on the green.
Yes.
Definitely check out Seaside.
Our next one is going to be Seagrove, which is right next to Seaside. And Seagrove, I'd say, is a little more laid back than Watercolor. You have a lot more options that are not in an HOA or are in an HOA, but it's a little bit more kind of, you have all these different options, but you just don't have all those amenities like you do in Watercolor. But you're on the other side of Seaside, so you have that same access to it.
Yeah, you just have to go a little bit to either like towards Alys Beach, or you go towards Watercolor and Seaside, so you just have a little bit stronger stretch on 38 until you get to the next community.
Yes. And
which is, by the way,
Watersound, and we are sitting in Watersound right now. We have 2 listings currently in Watersound, so I will link the listings right here, and so you can check them out. Watersound is beautiful, and it's growing so much. They have a beautiful private club in Watersound now, and they have a pool on the beach and a private access. They have this huge lazy river, golf courses, everything in that private club. Camp Creek is where that is. It's absolutely beautiful. And then you have a lot of private communities in Watersound. We are sitting in Prominence right now. We have another one for sale in Grace Point. Grace Point does not allow short-term rentals, and Prominence does allow short-term rentals. And you have this amazing amphitheater here as well called the Big Chill, formerly known as the Hub. So a lot to do in a lot of more communities here in Watersound.
Did you know that both of our listings actually have a gated access over to the beach club if you are a member?
Yes, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is kind of cool, isn't it?
It's awesome.
And you know, on the other side of the beach club, you have Watersound. You have 2 other communities too, which allow short-term rentals. And you know, other than Grace Point, which does not allow minimum 30-day rental, all the communities do allow short-term rental, but you do have people here that live here full-time, or at least use it as a second home for sure.
And we have Deer Lake State Park right by us, which is beautiful. All of the state parks are gorgeous. You know, hiking, biking.
We have a state park pass, so we can go to all of them and bike in there, and it's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. The next one we want to talk about is Alys Beach. Alys Beach is a lot of people say it looks like Greece. It's very, very beautiful. Everything is white, and they have a little town square as well, but the homes are amazing. Something you would see in a TV show in Greece is what they look like in the design and the architecture and everything. Absolutely gorgeous and very different than anywhere else on 30A.
And as you can remember, the further east you go, the more expensive the prices go. And I think that Alys Beach is probably the gem of 30A in terms of pricing.
Yes.
A lot of it has to do also with the concrete block construction. All homes are whitewashed, and it's a really unique feel when you walk through that community. So they do restrict golf carts. You're still allowed to drive it on 30A, but you can't get off the side streets. But definitely check out Alys Beach. Now, if you are an owner in Alys Beach, you have access to a private beach club. If you rent it out, your renters can't use it, but they do have access to pools and a gym. But the beach club is really, really unique. They even have on-site food and beverages, and it's right on the beach. So that is what makes Alys Beach also quite feel very luxurious.
Yes, and I would say maybe another con of Alys Beach is a lot of the homes are very close together, almost like townhomes, you know. So if you're looking for a lot of yard space, or you need a lot of yard space, there are some in there that will have it, but most of them, it's gonna be a smaller lot.
That's a good point.
Yes. And the last beach town that we want to talk about is Rosemary Beach. This is one of my favorites on 30A. Rosemary Beach looks a lot like Europe, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You can walk around. There's a lot of shopping, restaurants, and a couple of little bars in there. There's a jazz bar in Rosemary Beach. Absolutely beautiful and stunning. Some cons, it's not a lot of public beach access. Your closest one's going to be an inlet beach. Everything is private in Rosemary, which can also be a pro, and they have a beautiful farmers market there.
Lots of deeded beach access in Rosemary Beach. They also have an indoor pool, tennis courts, and a playground. And you know, Rosemary Beach was built for people to love to walk and bike around, like a biking community. Lots outdoor living space, little courtyards, very unique. Definitely something you need to check out.
Yes, and I would say as far as cons go, it is on the more expensive side. I would say following Alys Beach, it is one of the most expensive places to purchase a home or stay on 30A, so keep that in mind. If you want to be close to Rosemary Beach though, Inlet Beach is a great option, or Carillon Beach, both beautiful, right by Rosemary Beach. But it is a little bit more on the expensive side, and in the summer it does get pretty busy with short-term rentals. A lot of people there are there on vacation. There are a couple of communities that do not allow short-term rentals in Rosemary, but for the most part, short-term rentals.
Yeah, you need to check it out. So go on a tour, explore all the different beach towns. Let us know what your favorites are. We would love to see them in your comments below, and we will be sure to comment as well. What do you think, Christina?
Yes, and if you have any other thoughts and comments, like she says, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe for all videos on 30A Destin and the Emerald Coast, and we will see you in the next video.
Until the next time, auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss
And
und
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.